Still talking in business, and Nigerians outside the tax net or those not paying their taxes as at today have been advised to use this period and update their records before January 1st when the new tax law will take effect. This was at an interactive session by tax experts on the theme, the Nigerian Tax Act 2025, Embracing Fiscal Transformation for Sustainable Development. Speakers x-rayed issues around challenges of implementation, equity and inclusivity, as well as incentives, while appreciating government commitment towards ensuring transparency and the reassurance that all revenue collected will be judiciously utilized.
The focus of the tax regime now is voluntary compliance. You determine what you are supposed to pay, proceed to relevant tax authority, be federal, state, or otherwise, to go and pay. No tax person will worry you, but if you don't pay, perhaps the law will take its course.
So the ideal thing is that every citizen should pay their fair share of taxes. It gives you the right to ask government questions, what they are doing with your money.
So the idea is that people should just learn to collaborate with government, be very patient, ready to ask appropriate questions, and let us see how what revenue that is collected could be used to address most of these issues that we have been talking about that government needs to provide.
Well, and still talking reforms, it is clear that Nigerians are in the season of learning, unlearning, and relearning as new reforms in tax, bank recapitalization, and fintech continue to reshape the country's financial landscape. Stakeholders here say there is the need for more insights and simplification of these complex systems, helping ordinary Nigerians understand how the changes affect their pockets. With the theme, Nigeria's new financial landscape, reforms, risks, and the road to wealth creation, speakers here share practical ways to turn policy into prosperity.
In the heart of ISA 2025, by introducing enhanced disclosure requirements, stricter corporate governance standards, and accessible redress mechanism, just as we have mentioned about the Ponzi scheme. Before now, you can tread on Ponzi and get away with it, but not any longer. If you are caught, stiffer penalty awaits you, up to imprisonment of 20 years or more.
This points out that our financial system is evolving. And with that, the rules, the risk, and the opportunities that define how our wealth is created and sustained would also change. So the system is evolving rapidly, decisively, and continuously. So as it evolves, so must we. The reforms that we're seeing now are not just abstract. They affect how you save, how you invest, and how you run your business, and ultimately, how you secure your financial future.
BN stands at a time where micro, small, and medium enterprises are more or less left out. They are perceived at high risk. So as a result of that, the DBN comes in to support banks for further unlending to MS.
And now look at the markets at this point. The bulls are actually back, having re-emerged in the Nigerian Stock Exchange market. The first in November, as the all-share index rose 2.88%, as market capitalization also increased by 2.59 trillion naira to 92.68 trillion naira. GT Co closed with the highest volume with 104.78 million units traded, while Aradel closed with the highest value amounting to 12.91 billion naira. The South African JSE Top 40 was next with 1.57% increase in volume as well as value, while the Tunisia Tune Index recorded a marginal gain of 0.34%. That is it on business.